It's hot outside, but here at Roll for Crit, we've got some nice, cooling board game releases for you for the week of July 15th, 2019.
Starting off, we've got the Arkham Horror card game Mythos Pack in the Clutches of Chaos to increase your Arkham Horror card game collection. We've also got Bubble Tea, a new game from Renegade Studios in which you try to have the best bubble tea shop in all of Taiwan. We've also got the Castle Panic Big Box, because at this point you probably do need a big box for all those Castle Panic games and expansions. And we've got Century, A New World. This is actually the final set of the trilogy of Century games. This is for the non-Golem edition, which apparently now there will be Golem editions coming to your store near you. We've got City of Mist Player's Guide. City of Mist is actually sort of a noir plus superhero RPG. And this is, of course, the Player's Guide, so you can make a better, interesting detective who maybe can shoot lightning out of his eyes. I don't know. Corinth from Days of Wonder is another roll and write game to add to the ever-growing collection in the year of roll and write. This game actually takes place in the city of the same name, in which you are buyers and traders trying to roll dice in order to get resources to get more money and become the best merchant. We've got the Magic Gathering Core Set 2020. This is actually right off the heels of Modern Horizons, but this one is legal in standard play, and of course all the other formats, and has a lot of cool, interesting cards to add to your collection.
The Beginner's Box is now available for Shadowrun 6th edition. This is the first new entry in the 6th edition of the set. We still have to wait a little while longer for the core rulebook and some other supplements, but if you're ready to jump into the world of Shadowrun for the first time, or if you're an old veteran, that's available for you now. Star Trek Conflict in the Neutral Zone is available from WizKids. This one is a Star Trek-themed dexterity game in which you'll be flicking ships at other ships and trying to take out Klingons or whatever faction maybe you're aligned with. Star Wars has some new releases from Fantasy Flight. There's the Star Wars Destiny Spark of Hope set, which includes some new cards for characters like Kylo and Rey. You've got Admiral Thrawn in there. Plenty more fun surprises and continuing off some of the same mechanics from the last set, I believe. There are also a bunch of new releases for X-Wing because Star Wars X-Wing Wave 4 came out for the 2nd edition, and this includes several ships, including the Naboo Starfighter, the Millennium Falcon, the TIE SF Fighter, and some other ones that are maybe familiar to you if you played X-Wing 1st edition, so plenty to dig into in that front. There's also a new version of Talisman. This is Talisman Batman Supervillains Edition. Same essential gameplay as Talisman, but in this one, players are all of the villains from Batman's Rogues Gallery trying to take him down. And lastly, we have Unlock Heroic Adventures. This is from the Unlock Escape Room series. This one actually includes 3 different adventures. 2 of them are based on licensed properties. There's a Sherlock Holmes and an Alice in Wonderland one, and then the third one is an 8-bit video game theme that's just an original property. So that's kind of cool because that's as far as I know, the first time they've packed more than one into one collection. Also, I don't understand why one of them is based on video games and not a different property from books or whatever.
Well, I'm curious. You say license, but does that count if it's in free domain?
It's public domain, yeah. But I mean, no, same thing. Yeah, but technically it's a license, I think.
Right,
still.
I wasn't sure.
I don't know.
And in which there's plenty of other stories that you probably could do.
Yeah.
That are still in the public domain.
Yeah, could do anything. Could do Frankenstein. I don't know. There's plenty of stuff you can do. All those Star Wars releases, of course, are big. If you're, it sounds like they're kind of like trying. They're still playing catch up to meet all the ships that were already in the 1st edition, right. Which is kind of cool. Magic. What's going on? Core Set 2020.
Yeah, they're bringing back core sets. The idea behind that, because I guess you didn't really ever play Magic, so you don't know. They used to have them.
I don't know.
The previous sets would be like they revolve around a story, a specific plane. Core sets are more of just. There's nothing. We just make what works well. So there isn't as much of a story, which means you can have more of a mixing of planes because you don't need to keep a theme going on, which is sort of nice. It's sort of a nice breath of fresh air. There's not like a specific few tribes. You could just have one card from a specific tribe that does a cool thing.
That sounds like it could be nice.
It's usually a good place to jump into because they usually where they introduce a bunch of weird keywords. It's where you're going to get more of your basic things, maybe just some more powerful, some not. I know there's one card in particular, a lot of people are like, oh, this is going to really change all the other formats because it pretty much beats up a lot of black and blue decks. So I'm curious to see if that actually makes a difference or not. Definitely, I'm really curious about the Shadowrun. because that's always a world I've been interested to be able to dive into, and this seems to be the perfect time to do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm very curious to hear how fans and newcomers react to it, because we're usually busy with other RPGs if we even have time to play those. But it is kind of nice to have like a refresh so you can jump.
I don't even know it's about specifically having the time as much coordinating the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of challenges. I'm also really interested in Corinth from Days of Wonder, because Days of Wonder, usually their games are of a pretty high standard of quality, and the fact that it seems like this is their first roll and write. Like you said, this is the time of roll and writes, so that's one that I think is going to be could be potentially a really big game for people. Let us know in the comments, what's the big game for you? Are you picking up more stuff for your Arkham Horror collection, or Magic, or something new? Let us know in the comments down below, and we will probably read them and probably respond to them on a future episode. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yes, you can check out our Meeple Gallery for previous months to see what we like, so you can know you will be heard. But until then, I'm Will.
I'm Jonathan.
This has been Roll for Crit.
If you want to help out, you can check out our Patreon, or a simple click to like and subscribe can go a long way.
We really appreciate everything that you can do for us. We love you.